suspect in a deadly shooting rampage at a mall in Washington State looked like a zombie. That's according to the officer who caught him. 5 people died in the shooting on Friday night. The Seattle Times reports one victim was a 16-year-old girl who had survived cancer. The suspect immigrated to the United States from Turkey. He is a legal permanent resident. Dan Springer's live at the mall in Burlington, about an hour north of Seattle there. What else do we know about this suspect, Dan?
Yeah, Shep, well, he immigrated, 20-year-old Arkan Sateen immigrated to the United States when he was just a boy. And as you mentioned, he does have legal permanent residency status here, which means he has a green card. He is allowed to be here. But he also seems to have a troubled recent past. We found out that he was arrested for a domestic assault on his stepfather, in fact, several times, and ordered to undergo a mental health evaluation and counseling. That was completed about March of this year. A judge told him at that time to stay away from drugs, alcohol, and guns. But apparently he didn't listen. Police put out several pictures of the suspect walking in the Macy's store holding a hunting rifle. They got the key tip yesterday afternoon from a man who says he allowed Sateen to live with him in Oak Harbor. He said he recently kicked Sateen out of his house for selling drugs. Following up on that tip, police spotted his empty vehicle and then saw him walking down the street, by the way, wearing the same clothes.
I did an abrupt U-turn, hit my lights, pulled my gun, and myself and Reserve Deputy Eric Grombaugh took the individual into custody.
Police are saying nothing about a possible motive. Terrorism is not suspected, but it also has not been completely ruled out. There is an unconfirmed report on social media that Sateen's ex-girlfriend worked at some Macy's. We're not sure if it was this one or another one. Shep?
Now, this suspect, no connection of any kind to any of these victims?
Nothing that police have found so far. Again, 5 people killed, 4 women, 1 man. One of the women was a 52-year-old who worked in the Macy's. She's the only employee of the Macy's who was shot. The youngest victim was 16 years old. She was a cancer survivor who was at the mall with her father. The oldest victim was 95 years old. She was with her daughter, who was also killed. The lone man that was killed, a 61-year-old who worked at Boeing and was about to retire. The mayor of Burlington, this town of about 8,400 people, is relieved by the arrest and mourns for the victims.
Dan Springer, live at the mall there. Dan, thank you.